Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to be talking about the significance of the Battle of Yavin, not only for the characters involved, but also for the greater Star Wars universe, and how really crucial this battle was. This is the space battle that we see at the end of A New Hope, the original Star Wars movie, where the Rebel Alliance has the Death Star plans and they kind of put forward their plan of attack to destroy the Death Star by firing torpedoes into that tiny ventilator shaft. And in a way, despite Darth Vader being the primary antagonist of the original Star Wars movie, the Death Star itself is kind of an antagonist. I mean, this is the Empire's most beloved possession, their crucial weapon. I mean, this thing is definitely a huge threat when you consider it has the ability to destroy an entire planet, like we saw with Alderaan. And the Rebels are really up against it in this fight. I mean, you kind of get these little personal interactions with characters like Garvin Drace, Red Leader, Biggs Darklighter, Wedge Antilles, and Luke Skywalker, of course, who is new to the fight and joining the rebellion and just kind of seeing just really the odds that they're up against. I think most of them do want to believe that they can accomplish this, but there is a lot of fear and a lot of doubt. And I think a lot of them are accepting of their fates before they go into this battle that it's basically a suicide mission. They know that a lot of them are probably not going to make it back, and their odds of actually pulling this off with the Death Star's defenses, laser turrets, TIE fighters, as well as the Death Star closing in on their rebel base and having the ability to destroy Yavin 4 completely. Everything is really on the line here, and it can't be overstated enough just how crucial this moment is. If the rebels fail here, the alliance is pretty much wiped out. There's no Luke Skywalker, there's no Princess Leia. All of the leadership of the rebellion, the droids, all these crucial characters, and everything that they have gone through up to this point is pretty much over with. The Death Star will continue to run dominant over the galaxy. And I think it does a really good job of really making these characters, the rebel pilots, relatable. Is you can kind of see that a lot of these guys, they aren't big flashy heroes or people that have a lifetime's worth of accomplishments. A lot of them are just ordinary everyday people that have signed up for this cause and they are literally laying their life on the line, and through very short interactions and just getting to see these characters, there's a bit of an emotional attachment that you feel, that you do feel pain when you watch these ships get blown out of the sky. You see Jet Porkins lose control and go up in a fiery flame. It's a little bit sad because it really nails home the stakes of what they're going up against. And Luke Skywalker being, like I said, very new to this. This is the film where he goes from being a farm boy on Tatooine to being a part of something much bigger. I think this is where the gravity of what he's being asked to do and what is required of him to step up and be a hero. This is where the gravity really starts to set in. He has that moment of being reunited with his childhood friend, Biggs, just to watch Biggs essentially sacrifice himself during the trench run in order to see the mission through to the very end. It's also not explicitly stated, but visually shown that the rebels do not have the best equipment. Their targeting computers are not top notch. The Empire has so much more advanced and sophisticated technology when it comes to being able to wage this type of battle. The rebels are not built at this point in time for a full scale assault. They are guerrilla warfare, figuring out different tactics, using whatever terrain or whatever elements they can to their advantage. And this ends up basically becoming a full on assault, and they're not built for it. And they know that, and they go into battle regardless. Like I said, the weight of this conflict and understanding the outcome if this doesn't work is incredible. The Battle of Yavin, as it is called, is often referred to as a reference point at for different points in the timeline, things happening a certain amount of years before the Battle of Yavin or after the Battle of Yavin, BBY, ABY. And I think the significance of the conflict really lends itself to being used as such a critical reference point. You know, knowing how the battle turned out, the fact that the Death Star was destroyed, this was probably the really first time that the Empire understood how much of a threat the Rebel Alliance could be, and the fact that they could be beaten. And you see in the future films that they're going through all these measures to make sure that this type of thing can't happen. It really increases the Empire's urgency to crush the Rebel Alliance once and for all. And for that reason, like I said, really incredible battle, really important in the context of not only A New Hope, but the original Star Wars trilogy and the Star Wars brand as a whole. This was one of George Lucas's finest creations and really did a good job of explaining the entire conflict of rebels versus Imperials. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to talk about the Battle of Yavin. Let me know your thoughts on the Battle of Yavin, your favorite characters, your favorite moments in the comments below. And as always, may the Force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.